Real quick, I wanted to say, be sure to watch the video all the way to the end. I have a lot of explanations for some of the loyalty rewards and just overall explaining why I did this video in the first place. Hello everyone, this is a follow-up video for the loyalty rewards video I released today, and I just simply want to explain the whole loyalty reward system for those that took the video the wrong way. I wanted to have a loyalty reward system for the Crew 2 for one reason alone, and that is to give a physical thank you to the players that joined the developers on this roller coaster called the Crew, and of course helped them with supporting the series. But from what I could see, some people took the reward system the wrong way, and thought of the whole entire system as just like a bragging rights system. But the truth is, it really isn't about that. I could see that if the developers didn't get the help that they got from the players that joined the series at the start, the series would be a completely different, would have a completely different outcome. And I talked with Arctic Games about the series, and there's one thing he said that I totally agree with him about. And that is, if any other studio besides Ivory Tower were working on the game series, they would have pulled the plug on the whole entire operation and moved on to another game. But the developers of Ivory Tower persevered, and in the end the game was released. But it wasn't exactly what the players were hoping for, and they got a lot of negative feelings from players. But did it stop them from continuing the series? No, it didn't. They kept working on the game, and getting feedback from the players. And about a year after release, Wild Run was announced, and released. And it took the racing game community by storm. Of course, the game is not perfect, still. It became a much better game than it was before. So you see what I'm on about? The players that played the game since the start caused the game to become what it is right now, if you ignore the calling only as DLC. So the players that caused the Crew to get to this point deserve a big thank you from the developers for all that they learned from the players. And this is referring to the players that actually gave constructive feedback, not just threw shit at the developers for messing up at the start. Well, not literally, but I think you get my point. Although looking back at my video, I noticed I didn't explain some parts of the loyalty system very well. So let me explain them a bit better. First off, let me explain the whole exclusive sticker thing. The beta stickers from the Crew can't even be obtained by new players who are just starting on the Crew. That's because the betas of the game ended more than 2 years ago, and they can no longer be obtained by anyone else. So putting the beta stickers from the first game into the Crew 2, for those that participated in at least one of the betas of the Crew, wouldn't be too big of a deal, since you can't even get them in the first installment of the game anymore. So basically, you'd be able to transfer the stickers, the beta stickers that you got from the first version of the game into the second version of the game. So that's a little bit of an explanation for there. And of course, there's also the 2-year anniversary stickers of the Crew. Those are also not obtainable by anyone else, and again, they're not too big of a deal because so few players use them on their Huracan. I don't even use them. But I like having them, just to kind of have a visual saying, hey, I earned those because I supported the game at the start and got the developers this far in the series of the Crew. So like I said, those stickers are not really for bragging rights. They would be there just to show new players of the Crew 2 that you helped the game get to this point. And that you basically help with, basically help with development of the game since the beta. And they'll be like, oh, that guy actually helped with get the series to this point and was there from the start. That's really cool. I can assure you, you can definitely. There are a lot of players that would appreciate seeing a player who actually helped get the game to this part, to the place that it is. And so yeah. So second off, when I was talking about giving players cars, I was referring to giving players cars that can be obtained by anyone who buys the base game of the Crew 2. I was not referring to cars they could only get that would be obtainable for them and nobody else. And I get that. Giving certain players exclusive rewards is complete bullshit. But giving a player something everyone can get is a much fairer option. And of course, there's a similar system where I felt exactly the same way with Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010. I got the game, and I saw there were these like exclusive cars that the AIs were driving. I'm like, man, where can I get those? And I noticed that they weren't there, but then I found a mod which would unlock those cars, and I saw that they were Season Pass exclusive cars, and I was like, man, that's complete bullshit. And I was like, why do the people that pre-ordered the game get those cars and nobody else? Which, again, that's complete bullshit right there. I totally feel you guys on that. And of course, I can assure you that all of the cars that were added into the crew as DLCs and whatnot will be available to everyone at the start. Not 100% sure on that, but if you think logically about the situation, there is a high chance that this will be the case because the developers have already made some money off of those DLC cars from the crew. So it wouldn't make sense to actually bring them in again as DLC cars in the second installment of the series. Also, the whole YouTube loyalty system will most likely not happen in the crew too, but there is a chance. But again, the loyalty system will be there to give thanks to those that actually showed support to the series by making videos about it. And let's not forget, there were quite a few videos that players made showcasing bugs that the developers were able to fix. Like, I made a video a while back of, like, this one part in, I don't remember exactly where it was, but I believe it was, no, it was in Chicago. But anyway, there was a part of the map where there was a whole entire building missing and you could drive around in there. I made a video about it and sent it to the developers. And when Wild Run came around, that part of the map was actually fixed, which was awesome. So, is that everything? Yep, that's pretty much everything. So that's pretty much it with the video. I am pretty sure that I've addressed everything that I talked about in the last video. Oh, and one more thing. It would be much appreciated if you could remove the dislike on the last video, if you did leave a dislike on it. That'll show me that this video helped you see that the loyalty system was not intended to be a negative feature of the crew too. But you don't have to remove your dislike. And if you do, it will allow me to see that this video helped you understand my points from the last video. Anyway, I hope this video explained a lot, and I will see you guys in the next video where I will be talking about what the developers need to do to make the crew 2 much better than the crew, like I said in the last video. Goodbye.